This is a morning show here on Signature TV. It's 8:30 a.m. on the 2nd of May 2025. Charles here. I hope you're good. So today we're looking into waste management in Nigeria with a specific thinking around Enugu State as it concerns SWAMA. Of course, you know SWAMA is the body that is mandated to, take away waste and do with it what it seems to be the disposing waste in Enugu State. So we'll look at everything that has to do with waste and also bring you up to speed as what your relevance is when it comes to waste management. We have with us in the studio Joshua Ozioko. He is the head public relations at SWAMA. Good to have you. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. I'm glad to be here.
How do you do?
Well, I am good. Thank God for the rain last night. At least the weather is cool this morning, and we are up and going.
Okay, so just go straight to the point, because again, there's nobody that doesn't know what waste management is. There's no home, in fact, that doesn't produce waste management. There's no office that doesn't produce waste management. Everybody's conversant with what waste management is. I'm not too sure everybody does, but let's hear from you. What for you is waste management?
Waste management, simply put, is the way you bring out waste, because like you said, every office, every endeavor, even in your workplace, in your business place, you generate waste. The process of you managing that way, the process of you generating that waste, knowing what to do after that waste is being generated, and then disposing it properly, that is waste management.
What is the proper way of disposing waste? Okay,
the proper way of disposing waste, once this waste is being generated, you bag your waste. Get a nylon bag, a SWAMA bag preferably. That's what we recommend. You get a SWAMA bag, put your waste inside the bag, and then dispose inside the waste dome. Then from there, we'll now take it up. So, but you find out that most times it doesn't happen that way. People just get their waste, dispose it anyhow, even on the floor, on the road, anywhere they see. You are walking along the road, you see waste being dropped all around the city. This is making a mess of the city.
Where do they get these bags from? Because again, so many persons will say the bags are usually inadequate.
SWAMA, we sell a SWAMA bag, and then we have some other retailers out there that do sell, but we always advise people to get from us because ours is more durable, right? So you may get from outside, you may try to bag your waste and then the thing will tear, but we make sure we go to these producers, give them the specification that we want, and then they produce for us. So when you buy from us and then you bag your waste, you are sure that once you tie the bag, once it gets filled up and then you tie it, then you are sure that you are disposing it the proper way. So we sell this bag, and the one we sell is more durable. But then if for any reason you cannot afford the one we sell, make sure it is in a bag, any bag at all. Though we recommend the SWAMA bag, but then for any reason, maybe you run out of it and then you cannot immediately get hold of it, get any bag at all. Put this waste and dispose, but make sure it is in a bag and that bag is tied, and then you dispose.
How much is this bag, and what's the duration of this usage, so to speak? Are they durable? Are they something you could use in 1 day, in 2 weeks, in 1 month?
The bag, 20 pieces of it costs 2,000 naira. Right, so it is a one-off thing. Once you get one of it, but I assure you, if you get one of this bag, it may serve you for 1 week, because you will not just generate waste today, pour it and then go and dispose. You can keep the bag, just be putting your waste until it is filled up to the point that you can tie the bag. Once it gets to the point where you can tie, you just tie and then you dispose. So it is not something you just maybe you finish cooking today, you say, okay, I have waste from the leaf, from the vegetable and all that, you pour it and then you go and dispose. No, you can just get the bag, keep it even for 2 weeks, depending on the volume of waste that you are generating.
So what are the dangers of not properly disposing waste?
One, the danger is that it is a very health hazard stuff. If you don't bag your waste and dispose properly, rodents are out there. They carry these things from one point to the other, and the disease if you don't bag your waste, people living around where that waste is being disposed indiscriminately, they are the risk of contracting diseases, because flies will come, perch on those things, carry it to maybe someone's house, perch on someone's food, you eat the food, and then you contract disease. And then the odor that is coming out of the waste, if it is not properly bagged, if you bag your waste, you discover everywhere will be clean. You will not perceive any foul smell. But go to areas where people dispose their waste indiscriminately, you perceive an offensive odor that is dangerous to the health. So one or two of the dangers is that, one, people contract diseases. Two, it defaces the environment. If you are passing along a street where you have illegal waste dump, look at how the environment is, look at how untidy that environment is. It defaces that environment. But if you bag your waste, drop it at the designated waste dump, everywhere is cleaned up. So it makes the environment to be clean if you bag properly and dispose properly. But if you don't, everywhere is messed up. When it rains, the one on the ground, the flood can push it to the gutters, and then it causes blockage, and then flooding starts. So that is another danger. If you don't bag properly, when it rains, like we are already in a rainy season now, the rains will carry it, block the drainages, and then flooding starts. People start complaining, oh, we are facing flood and all that. But this was people's attitude. They caused it to themselves. But then they will start shouting and complaining. So these are the dangers of not properly bagging waste and disposing wastes.
What are the challenges of waste management generally in Enugu State?
The challenges that we face in waste management, one is that we have the issue of scavengers. Oftentimes, these scavengers, they go to our waste bins, they lose part of the waste bins because we have compactor trucks. Now, when the compactor trucks comes to our waste bin, they use the equipment. There is a hook by the side of the waste bin. So once they put the machine, it is easier for them to lift it up, dispose inside the truck. Now, but what these scavengers do is that once they come, they will lose that handle, and then it makes the compactor truck, it makes it very impossible for the compactor truck to lift that bin and then dispose. What now happens is that the crewmen, you will now see them using shovel and baskets to pack the waste instead of the compactor truck coming, lifting it up, disposing. And then what happens is that it delays the time. Because if the compactor truck can lift that waste, dispose it inside the truck, it saves time, it cuts time. If it will take the truck 5 minutes to clear a particular location, if it can lift that bin. Now, if it cannot do that, if the crewman has to do that, it may take them 15 to 20 or 30 minutes to clear an area. You can imagine if they have 5 areas to clear that morning, and this happens in all these areas. That means before they will clear these 5 areas, it is in the evening. And then people will be saying, somehow you people are not disposing, you've not cleared that area. These are the challenges that we face. Scavengers come, even as we are telling people to bag their waste, this scavenger will come, tear the bags where they are looking for recyclables, where they are looking for PET bottles. In fact, we have one of them that we arrested. He's in the police custody. I think he will be taken to court either today or so, because the state government is already frowning at it. We cannot be telling people bag your waste. Somebody will get the bag the waste, go and dispose, and then you come and tear everything, push everything on the ground. Sometimes our men will come, dispose. Before you come back 5, 10 minutes, 30 minutes later, you will not believe that something was done there that morning, because these guys will just come, tear everything, and then they go. And then secondly, our people, when we say people should pay for their bills, it is because of the services that we render. But when people do not pay, it is another challenge that we face, because these are trucks. We buy diesel. Anybody that uses diesel will know how much a liter of diesel costs. We pay our crewmen, we pay our drivers. So, but when people refuse to pay, it makes it almost impossible for us to carry out our duties, because we cannot generate money that we can pay our crewmen, we can buy diesel for the trucks and all that. So that is another challenge that we are facing. People are not complying when you tell them to pay. People are not complying when you ask them to bag their waste before disposal. They will think, no, nobody has to tell me how to dispose my waste. It is my waste. I generate it, so I have the right to dispose it anyhow I want it to, anyhow I want to. So these are the challenges that we face in waste disposal. Even where we have waste bin, people refuse to make use of the waste bins. They will prefer, no, the waste bin is maybe not in front of my house, so let me just drop it anywhere I wish to. If they like, let them come and evacuate. If they don't like, let them leave them there. You are not doing it for Eswama, you are doing it for your health. So, but people have failed to realize this. So they feel they are doing us more favor than they do to themselves. But no, if you dump waste in front of your house, when diseases come, it is not Eswama, it is you that is there that will contract this disease, and then you can transfer it to someone else in your family. And then the money that you don't have, you have used to buy gare for the family, you are using to run around from one hospital to the other to treat infections and diseases that you brought on yourself. So these are the challenges we face in waste management.
You mentioned that scavengers coming and lose some equipment in your equipment, and then they move with it. What do they use it for? They sell it off. As what? Scrap. To who? We don't know. So there are some people they sell it to, but most times when we arrest them, they will fail to disclose the identity of the people they buy from. I talked about losing parts of it. They even steal. They steal our waste bins. They steal the waste bin itself? Yes, because it is galvanized iron. So they come, they press it down, and then they use this big Monday hammer, just press it in down. It will be just very small like this, and then they'll put it in their bag, or they'll put it in their truck, and then they'll push it away. They'll go and sell it off as scrap. So these are the challenges that we face. You come to an area where you have waste bin today, come back tomorrow, no waste bin is there. If they don't lose the tire, if they don't lose the handle, they will lose the cover. I was passing along Ogui Road 2 days ago. I saw the cover of one of our waste bins. It is already falling off. I had to call the office. I said, please go and carry that, because if you wait till the next day, you will not meet it there. They will just carry, put it in their truck, and then off they go. They will go and sell it as scrap. So these are the challenges. But again, is there no way we could handle this issue? Because the person who buys and the person who sells are in it.
Exactly.
They know where it's coming from.
Exactly.
So what can Eswama do in such a way to make sure that the person who even buys would ask the person who is selling, this thing you got, I can't buy it because I know you must have stolen it from somewhere, because people don't just go and buy that kind of thing from the market to sell to you as scraps.
We have started sensitization on media stations that if you see if you see someone tampering with Eswama properties, just raise an alarm. Alert us or alert the law enforcement agents. Few months ago, we arrested an 18-tire truck carrying some of these things. And that truck stayed almost more than 6 months in our office. It was impounded by the state government, by the tax force from the state, not even from Eswama. Now, they impounded that truck when they were loading some of these items. And then it was brought to our station. The driver, the owner of everybody was arrested. Those things were released after some sanctions were given to both the seller and the buyer. So we have started sensitization on the media houses, informing people that if you see anybody tampering with any Eswama material, please alert us or alert the law enforcement agents. We've already informed the law enforcement agents to be on the lookout for us. We already tell people, take ownership of our materials in your place. If you allow people to come and steal, they are doing you harm, not Eswama. It is true that we may have to spend money that we have used to bring these materials in another location to replace the one or to fix the one that was damaged. But if you take ownership of these items or materials, when you see somebody tampering with them, you raise alarm, the person will run away. You are safeguarding your environment, because if they steal the bin or steal part of it, and we are unable to evacuate the waste due to the unavailability or because the waste bin has been tampered with, you are the one to suffer, not Eswama. We are just creating an economic loss on us, but the immediate consequence is on people living around that vicinity.
Do you think putting a a complete ban on scavengers would do a lot good?
There is a ban already by the state government.
There is.
But yes, there is. That is why even as at yesterday, some persons were also arrested. We do arrest them every day. But you know, these things happen especially in the nights. Most times, it don't go in the daytime. It happens in the night. Any day we see any scavenger, you see these people that are carrying bag, that are picking pet bottles, we do arrest them. Come to our office, you see lots of these items that were confiscated from these people. But you know, in the night, maybe from 12:1, when they feel okay, these people, they are no more around, they will go out, do these things, and then they will return back. But what we did recently, we were moving around with our task force. We spotted some of their locations where they keep these things. We went there and carried everything, carried those of them that we saw, because others ran away. So there is a ban already on scavengers from the state government, not even from SOMA, for you to see how serious the activities are. So, but people, most times, like I say, they do it in the night when they feel, oh, nobody can catch us again. Maybe they've all gone to sleep. But in the daytime, the activities are very much minimized to the barest minimum. But they do these things in the night. So for a ban, there is a ban already.
I'm not sure I've heard that ban. I mean, if there is.
There is, sure. From the state government, not from SOMA.
Like,
but
when did that ban happen?
That was last year.
Last year?
Yeah, last year.
Because, I mean, during the day,
I think around September or so.
I see them a lot. Well, not necessarily a lot, but I see them. Those people that carry bag, looking all tattered and dirty.
Once they see our task force team, they take off. They don't. I myself, I've caught some of them. Maybe I'm walking, maybe I'm on supervision or something. I'm driving, and then I see them. Once I stop, before the vehicle could stop, they've taken to their hands. Sometimes they leave their bag and then they run away. So they are doing it. Their eyes are like this because they know that once we catch them, they are going to the state CID. The government, Peter Mba, the governor of Enugu State, wants someone to be jailed because you tampered with SOMA property. He wants to hear that somebody is in prison. That's why I told you a few minutes ago that someone will be tried at the court because we arrested the person, tampered with the item. He was arrested, and then he'll be. That is what the governor wants to hear. That somebody is in jail because he tampered with SOMA properties. So that is how serious it is. So if we catch any of them, it is a criminal offense, and the state government is not giving a blink on it. The person will be seriously prosecuted.
Okay, so how do people who see them call you? Because again, what if someone randomly sees them in places where maybe your task force may not have gotten to? How do they reach out to you?
We have a phone number where people can get us. You report. That number is also on WhatsApp. It is 0813 553 4440. 0813 553 4440. So once you see them, you can take a picture and then forward to us. That number is our WhatsApp number as well. You can give us a call. That call comes to me directly to my office. I take the call, I receive it, and then we act on it swiftly. We just place a call to our teams out on the field, and then they rush there, and then they do the needful.
Okay, so how much is it for SWAMA payment for a house? I know it's different for houses, for offices, and there are people who have also complained that when you go to a place where people default, that you tend to arrest people, the individuals, people that you just find, and then go with them and keep them. So when they pay, that's when they now release the people. I don't understand. Can you explain those processes?
For a 3-bedroom flat, the pay is 6,000 naira per year.
Per year?
Per year. 6,000 naira per year.
For a 3-bedroom flat?
Yes.
3-bedroom flat?
3-bedroom flat.
For 1 year?
For 1 year, 6,000 naira.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
So you see that's how cheap it is compared with the service that we render. Right now, 2-bedroom flat is 4,800 per year.
Not per month.
Not per month, per year. But what happens that currently we are on debt recovery exercise. So if you are paying now, unless you have the evidence of payments for 2023 and 2024, you will pay for the 2 years. That is, we are on debt recovery exercise because we the current state government, they don't want anybody. It is the government's money, not a SOMA money. So these things go to the government. So once you are not able to show evidence of payment, you pay for 2 years, right? But for the payment, I said it is for 1 year, not 1 month. But people will say, it is too much. If you divide 6,000 by 12 months, you know how much it is. It's
I'm
nothing.
even shocked that
It is nothing.
6,000.
It is 6,000 for 3-bed flats. If you are living in one room, it is 2,000 naira. So that is Esoma
for every single property, whether it is located in Independence Layout or Achara Layout or
regardless of the location. Regardless of the location.
Hmm.
If it is a bungalow is 12,000. Duplex is 18,000. Yeah, for 1 year.
Okay.
Regardless of the location.
Okay. So talk us through this particular practice of arresting people in their houses when they don't pay.
What happens is that if you get a SWAMA demand notice, it is always written on it that pay before 7 days to avoid penalty. So if a demand notice is brought to your compound and you fail to pay within 7 days, SWAMA can come for enforcement. And then coming for enforcement, you know, I said earlier, it is difficult for some people to pay for services they enjoy, right? Especially Africans. It is difficult for us to put our hands in our pockets, pay for the services that we enjoy. We always want someone to force us before we can pay.
You can't really say. You can't
some people anyway.
Okay.
Some people. Yeah. So if after 7 days you've not made your payments, we can come for enforcement. And then that enforcement, it involves arrest. We bring the person to the office, and then either you make that payment that day, or you sign an undertaking that, okay, please, tomorrow or the next, I will come and make payment. We'll let the person go. But then, if you are making that payment, you have to pay for penalty, because we've come for the enforcement, right? We've bought fuel, equipped the bus. I mean, came with maybe some policemen and the logistics and everything. So you have to pay for penalty. It is written on the demand notice that was issued to you. So it is not that, no, I didn't know. So the only thing is, once you get a demand notice and you know for one reason or the other you cannot pay within that 7 days, just make an appeal back. Please, these 7 days, maybe something happened, I will not be able to pay. We can reach an agreement with you. You can sign an undertaking, and then we'll let you go. We'll know, okay, you are paying after 8 days, you are paying after 9 days, you are paying after 2 weeks, and then we reach that an agreement. You sign an undertaking, we can allow you. But for you to get a demand notice, and then it is written that you should pay within 7 days to avoid penalty, and you refuse to pay and you just keep quiet, you can come for enforcement. And then anybody that we see, any adult, not a child, any adults from 18 years, we can take the person. Why we are taking the person is for the person to be able to pay. Once you pay, we'll release you, or you sign an undertaking that, okay, give me 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days, I will make payment, and then we'll let you go.
So does the penalty come with stiffer measures?
It's just 2,000 naira penalty.
For penalty, 2,000 naira.
2,000 naira.
But these stories I've been hearing about people paying up to 150,000 naira,
for penalty.
Not penalty, like 200,000 naira for SWAMA.
You know, if you come to a compound, like I said, we are collecting for 2 years currently, right? So if you come to a compound that has 1 to 3 story building, 3-bedroom flats each, and you give them bill for 2 years, if you multiply 6,000 by that 2 years and the number of block of flats in that building, some building they will have 1 to 3 story building, and then they have a BQ. So when you multiply the bill for that entire compound, you discover that most times it's above 100,000. And then people will be shouting, hey, it is too much. They will not tell you that it is a bill of 2 years. You think it is a bill of 1 month. If not that I explained, you didn't know that 6,000 is for 1 year. You were thinking it's for 1 month. So, but people, that's a misconception. People, they will not tell you it is a bill for 2 years. They will say, no, they gave us 120, they gave us 100, they gave us. It is a bill for 2 years, not for 1 month, not even for 1 year. Because we calculate for the buildings, for the structures inside that compound, and then we come up with that bill. Everything is in our system. You go www.eswama.net, you see your bill on the system, and then you can check your bill by yourself. Not anybody telling you, okay, this is your bill. You log into our website, you can check your bill by yourself.
How is that?
When you go to our website, you see a place where it is written, check your bill. You click on it, enter your house address, and then you check your bill.
Just enter your house address?
Yes, you can check your bill.
You guys have everybody's house address in that
We have done enumeration.
Yeah.
So when you come to our office, you open our system, we show you the picture of your building. Wow. That is what we do now. So if you are saying, no, I live in a BQ, you people are telling me to pay for 3-bedroom flats, you say, okay, don't worry. What's your address? You tell us your address. Is it not your building? Some people have come, they gave me this, they say I should pay this. We open the system. Is it not your building? They keep quiet. We have the pictures of every building, the areas where we have captured in our system. So once you come, you are making payment. The first thing we do is to call up for the picture of your building. Is this not your building? You confirm it's your building, and then we say this is your building. You are seeing everything in the system. We are not doing any hidden stuff. Everything is there in the system because buildings have been captured.
I heard that you people are embarking on the house-to-house,
door-to-door picking of waste.
So how's that going to work?
Currently, it is already working. We are just fortifying it. We have some tricycles that we've got, and then we've deployed them to some areas to start going from house to house. But one thing we discovered, that this is one of the measures that can curb the activities of these scavengers. If these people, since they have started, they are hell-bent on stealing or tampering with our waste bin, so we now said, okay, fine, let households get Esoma buckets, place it in front of your house. If you have this bucket, if you have your bag, get your waste, bag it, drop it inside your bin. Our tricycle will be moving around and will be picking. They will come to your house, they carry the waste in your bucket, pour it in the tricycle, they drop your bucket, move to the next compound, pick the waste also, drop in their tricycle and move. They will now go to a big waste bin, 25 cubic meter waste bin. That one, the scavengers cannot carry it. Yeah. Before you carry it, you look for a higher. Is that
the pictures of the?
Yes, that's the tricycle. These are the new ones that we got recently. We are putting them together. We have ones also. We have the ones that we've deployed already. That are already working in some areas like some estates in GRA. We have Zoo Estates, Co City Garden, Fidelity Estates. Then for Transikulu area, we have Winners Estate, we have Avery Estate. Then we have New GRA, Green Roof Estate. Then some hotels in Independence Layout. Then we also cover major areas in Emene and then Bentel Estate. Then also in the Centenary City. We're also doing door-to-door evacuation of waste there right now. So these ones we are seeing now, once we are done coupling them, fixing them, we'll deploy them to other areas. One is that it will save both you and us the time. You don't need to go to any waste bin to dispose. We come right in front of your house. These estates that I mentioned, go to these estates, you see their waste bin, 240 liters in front of their houses. All you need to do every morning, the days that we are coming, I think 2-3 times every week, we come pick the waste, drop, put in the tricycle, move to the next compound, carry them, put in. Once the tricycle gets filled up, they go to the 25 cubic meter waste bin, drop it there. Then the big truck will come there and evacuate.
So the waste bin for this household, does it come with a cost?
Yes, you have to get the waste bin. The price is 85,000 naira. Come to our office, you buy, keep it in front of you. It is your property. Even if you are moving from where you are living to the other, you carry it. It is your property. So you own it. All you need to do, if you are scared, maybe someone will steal it. Maybe in the night, you carry it, put it just very close to your house. It has a cover, it has a tire, you just roll it and then you safeguard it. In the morning you bring it out so that the operators with the tricycle can easily come and then evacuate.
I understand that you were just specific with the places for the meantime, which is
for the
estates.
meantime, for the estate.
Because you sure security is within the estates.
Is within the estate.
Maybe from time on.
Yes, that like the ones you are seeing now that we just got. These tricycles were delivered. Today is Friday. Last week Friday. They were just delivered. No, they were delivered this week. I think on Tuesday. They were delivered on Tuesday, and as we speak, they are 70% ready. As we speak.
For deployment.
For deployment. So once they are 100% ready for deployment, we've got people already that will drive like 60% of the tricycles. We've got people already. We placed an ad few months ago for tricycle drivers. So people have applied and then we've picked the people that we feel they can do this. So once these ones are ready now, we'll deploy them to other areas. So but we cannot come for door-to-door evacuation of waste if you don't have the Esoma bucket, because you cannot just bring one small nylon you want to throw inside the tricycle. No, we want these things to be harmonized. Get the Esoma bag, put your waste, put it in your own waste bin. We come, we just carry the waste bin, your own waste bin, offload everything in the tricycle, and then the tricycle goes, leave your waste bin for you. And then we'll move to the next compound, we'll do it for that area. So we're also encouraging people, this is what we intend to do, not only for estates, but for the residents. So get your waste bin, put it in front of your house, make use of it, the tricycle will come, and then evacuate your waste.
So this is for people who are in the estate. What about those who have isolated buildings, who are not living within the estate? Can they purchase
that is what that is what I'm saying. We are already sensitizing people already about this. We are doing it not just for the estates but for other areas that are not estates. So but you must have to buy the bin, the 240 liters bin.
So you say it's 80,000 naira. 85. So it's a must. If you
It's
don't buy
must.
it,
We cannot evacuate for you.
Come
Yes.
and
Yes.
so the person stays with the way and manner that they dispose their own waste.
Yeah, you still have waste bin around you. But if we start the door-to-door evacuation of waste in any area, we retrieve the waste bin that is there. The tricycles, they know where we have the 25 cubic meter waste bins, the bigger ones. So once they evacuate, they go there and dispose. So if we start in your streets, you won't see any of the smaller bins around. The tricycles will come, pick from from people's compound, and then go to the bigger ones and then dispose. So we are starting it in all the streets. It's a gradual. This is a pilot scheme. It has never happened in Enugu before. So this we are just test running it, and then we've seen that it is working. From this estate, it is working. So from the estates now, we are moving out gradually with these new tricycles that we just brought in.
That's an interesting move, really. So sometimes in my mind, I keep asking, all this waste people are, accumulating. Where do you take it to? Do you recycle it? Will you have that facility? Do you go and throw it, or is it the one we see that going where people burn it and then it goes off? What is the process?
The Ugu Onyama you see is where we dispose currently. And the government of Enugu State is working on having a recycling plant. That plan is in top gear, right? Okay. So once that plant is ready, all the waste that you see, you take it to the recycling plant and then they will be recycled. Now we tell people that currently, people don't know that the waste they generate, they can make money from it. If in your house, these things that these scavengers they do pick, the pet bottles, the canned drinks, even the pure water sachet. I've gone to Sedi in Akuke here, and if you see what they produce with this pure water sachet that you just dispose anyhow, you'll be amazed.
Are you serious?
Yes, all these plastic buckets, plastic plates, and all that. Here in Enugu, they produce it with the pure water sachet that you dispose indiscriminately. How you feel, no, this thing is nothing. You just finish drinking. They manufacture plastics, buckets, plates with this pure water sachet that you dispose indiscriminately. So if in your house you consume canned drink, plastic bottle, water, plastic bottled water, you can keep those things. You can sell to the people that buy instead of taking them to the waste bin and then allow the scavengers to come and tear the bag. If they come to a waste bin and they don't find those things, they won't be coming again. Because you have learned, first of all, to separate, to sort the waste. That is waste sorting. You generate, okay, this one is plastic, this one is nylon. You separate everything so that you can sell by yourself and you make money. So, but currently, like I said, the state government is working on having a recycling plant where these waste that we are generating, that we are disposing, will be recycled. And then the government, of course, will be making a huge amount of money from that. But currently, we dispose there and then it's been taken care of.
What's the plan like in terms of payment? How do people pay to Eswama? What's the account? Because, I mean, we've seen people say they paid to people's accounts, personal accounts, and all of those things.
If you want to make payments, currently, we are working with the Enugu State Internal Revenue Service. They are the ones, we are collaborating with them. They are collecting sanitation rates from residents on our behalf, right? So we have e-ticketing agents. Each of these agents has a designated government account created for them, specifically for this. So each of these agents, they have streets allocated to them. You are in charge of distributing the man notice. You are in charge of getting the money. You are in charge of enforcement should they fail to pay. And then once you are done with your streets, you remit everything you've done, you can be assigned another street. Right? So the agents will come, give you your demand notice, and then you pay to the agents. But note that you must see an ENSG attached to the account name. They were doing Ako Microfinance Bank. Recently, I was told they are switching to Wema Bank. So, but you must see ENSG is Enugu State Government. So they cannot, these banks cannot create any other account with ENSG if it's not for the purpose of sanitation rates for Eswama. So they will give you the account number, but it must have ENSG and then the agent's name, the account number, and then the bank. If it doesn't have ENSG, please don't pay. It must have ENSG, Enugu State Government, for you to know it is authentic. And then that is specifically for that agent. You pay to that account. But if you are paying for corporate bodies, banks, schools, churches, and all that, you come to our office with your demand notice, and then we generate an government account that you can pay in directly to the government. These account numbers, it is not what you can stay in the comfort of your home and say, okay, please generate an account number for. They expire after 10 minutes. Oh, wow. Right? They are very automatic. You can generate, and then someone wants to pay, and then maybe there is network issue. After 10 minutes, it expires. We have to generate another account. So, but that one you pay directly to the government account. But if you are paying for residential, you pay to the e-ticket agent. If you are paying for corporate bodies, corporate businesses, you come, we generate the account number, and then you pay to the state government directly through e-Transat and other e-payment platforms, Remitter and all that.
Through Remitter?
Yeah, we pay also through Remitter.
Oh, okay.
e-Transat also.
Oh, that is to the state
and
government.
And Flutterwave, yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. It's important, so people know, who they're paying to. If you can't pay to
no, you cannot pay to any
somebody cannot assist you to pay.
No, and we don't collect cash. If you are coming to office to pay, we don't collect cash. If the e-ticketing agents, if they wish to collect cash, that is their own wahala. But for us, once you are coming to office, it is boldly written on our gates. You do not pay cash to anybody, because Peter Mba doesn't want to hear, okay, I was coming with money, I paid, and it's not complete. No, you are making a transfer, or you're paying with your card. You don't pay cash to nobody. Will collect cash from you from Eswama. I mean, if you are giving cash to anybody on the field, please go and help and pay. Maybe you've bought lunch for that person, because that money, stories can come in, and then I gave to this, is your staff. Nobody said you should give to anybody. Don't pay yourself, so that you can be accountable for your actions. You can know where your money has gone to. Not that you gave to this person to pay and then stories has come in. No, nobody wants to hear that story.
So do you people have some sort of partnership with the private sector, and to what extent is this partnership working for Eswama?
The only private sector that we partner are the media, right, currently. That is not to say that if you are outside the media and you have something that will benefit the both organizations, that we cannot partner. But currently, the ones that we are in partner with are the media, because they give us coverage, they give us publicity. So instead of getting them to pay for their sanitation rates, we give them subsidies and all that, and then we partner with them, and then it's working for both organizations. But if you're outside the environment, for instance, if you can do waste bin, these 25 cubic meters, you can design it, you can work, you can produce one, and you have, once we assess it and then the material is okay, the stuff you produce is okay, why not? We can go into partnership with you. We can give you some subsidy. We can say, okay, instead of paying this amount, okay, pay this amount because of this that you've done. If it's working out, fine.
So what kind of partnership, for instance, would you be looking out for, especially from a private sector, beyond just the media?
Like I said, I use the bin for an instance. If you can produce waste bin, if you can produce disposable bags, if you can produce even the smaller bins, if there are other services that you can render to us that you feel, oh, we need your service, why not come up with your people? Do come up with proposal. We'll go through them, study the proposals, and then if we see that, okay, something will come out of it, we can now go into partnership.
Are you people well funded? Because a lot of persons have said that some of your trucks really look bad, you know, and it's largely because of, I mean, look at the monies that you guys are even taking. It looks like it's small, but again, some persons feel that you are not funded really well and that you could do well with funding. Is that true?
We fund our activities. Then with the one that
your
the state
S1
government,
yes, fund your activities.
Yes, with the one that the state governments are giving to us to
Okay.
supplement what we have. Now, the trucks that you see, they are not really owned by ESOMA. They are owned by third-party agents, right? They entered into an agreement with the state government, and we don't own them directly. They are owned by third-party agents.
Okay.
So most times we have to quarrel with them. When they presented these trucks for inspection, they were all good looking, and then we later discovered some of them, maybe they went painted one old truck, brought it just for inspection, and then we said, okay, fine, you are good to go and start work. And then few months after that, you see them breaking down, and we've had to disengage some of them that we discover, no, you've been disappointing, because sometimes you see them stop on the road, they get stuck on the road, they remain there for days, and then the area that person is supposed to work on is very littered and messed up, and the governor, each time he's passing any street and he see that, he stops, puts a call to us, and until we get there, he doesn't leave. Until we get there and he's seeing that we're evacuating before he leaves. So Peter Mba doesn't want to see any death. That's why currently we also want to start night evacuation. We want that when you wake up in the morning, you are coming to work, everywhere is cleaned up. Because the governor doesn't see any little death and then he keeps quiet. No, he puts a call across to us and then he wants to be there, and then we come for evacuation before he leaves. So that is what we are doing currently.
Fantastic. Joshua Ozioko, many thanks for
Thank
your
you so
time
much.
and your analysis on the activities of SWAMA in Enugu State. He is a head public relations SWAMA. Many thanks.
Thank you very much.
Signature TV. News in your pocket.